Looking forward to seeing this group of Dodgers as well in that leadoff spot. Kendall George is going to get things going. Pick a sandwich pick, 36th overall last year is, well, this is who's left in Dodgers camp with most of the blue in South Korea right now. There's Kendall George, that leadoff man for the Dodgers, getting set to get things going for the blue today.
Obviously he has elite speed. When he was working out for USA Baseball, team that I was a part of, he ran a 3-4 to first base on a bunt. I mean, obviously electric legs was a big part of why we won gold in Florida in the World Baseball Classic.
Just 19 years old, and I'm going to say this right now for everybody to know. Just about every player in this game is either 18, 19, or 20 years old. There is a lot of young talent that is in this game. And you know, I know for the Angels that's particularly exciting because you're seeing so many good players that are maybe in the 21, 22-year-old range getting sent up to the major leagues. So this is that next crop, and the Angels have been really aggressive about getting their young players to the show. Zach Neto, notably Nolan Shawnoel, we just mentioned, among some others, Logan O'Hoppe in there as well. As we get set to begin this first ever spring breakout game between the Angels and the Dodgers, the first pitch from Caden Dana is a fastball for a strike.
There it is. That's what he's going to show off today. His elite fastball, being able to pound the zone, work ahead.
Now a little comebacker, a little test of the defense. It'll go underhand toss over to Brown at first. So 2 pitches in and out already for Caden Dana. See him run it up to 98, sits mid-90s.
You get a good look at him right there. You see those flowing locks. People have talked about him and Thor as maybe his comp. Syndergaard, but you know what? Give me the young guy.
Josue DePaula, the next batter for the Dodgers. Their number 4 prospect, and boy, they like his projectable power, especially that left side. Big cut there as we see Dana get ahead 0-2.
And part of being able to tap into that power is pitch recognition. He does a really good job of doing that when he's hitting.
A little bit high as DePaula lays off. That's the one area I think for DePaula. They love his bat, trying to get the defense to catch up to where his hitting ability is right now. Swung on and missed as Caden Dana gets his first strikeout of the day.
Really like that right there. That's one of his plus breaking balls. Little changeup is something he out of high trend. He was fastball, big curveball. But he's been trying to add these pitches since he's been a part of the organization.
One thing about the scouting report on Dana as well, he likes to use the curveball to lefties. So to have the confidence to use the changeup on a left-hander, I would think is going to be something that he is rising and helping his ability. Okay, here comes Dalton Rushing, the number 1 prospect for the Dodgers, against Caden Dana, the number 1 pitching prospect for the Angels. A marquee matchup right now. First pitch missed, 1-0.
You know, everybody talks about the Paul Skeens and the Jackson Holiday matchup, right? Well, I think this is our version of that going right here.
See the report on Dalton Rushing, the Dodgers' top prospect, number 75 overall. One of the bevy of catching talents the Dodgers feature.
Dalton's got that short, compact swing, but an absolute on-base machine.
Second-round pick a couple of years ago, came out of Louisville, like Will Smith, Bobby Miller. Louisville to LA connection seems to be legit.
Got that little pipeline working, right?
Dana behind for the first time today. 3-1 the count here to Rushing. 2 gone. And he walked him.
Just winds up getting behind, working around him right there. No harm done. And that's one thing, you know, when you're pitching right there, obviously you're trying to get outs, but you get in a 3-1 count. Don't just lay a cookie in there. Be able to try to make a pitch. If you walk him, it's not like Dalton's going to go steal a base.
Just got to look at Joe Krusel a moment ago, the minor league field coordinator. That's the manager for the Angels today. They're on Alonso. It's the batter now.
Trent, that's the other thing, Rushing gets on there at first base. He's not going anywhere with Flores behind the plate.
When Juan Flores arrived, the Angels catcher, he was 17 years old getting off the plane. He turned 18 early in spring training. Hard hit ball over to Brown at first, steps on the bag himself, and that's going to take us to the end of the top of the first inning. No score here in Tempe.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness a buck. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby are on another level.
Get it for a buck, get it for a buck. Dave Single, Dave Single. Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for a buck, only in the app.
This is the planning effect. Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. A lot of ideas. So when she wants a plan based on what matters most, she turns to Fidelity. At Fidelity, anyone can create a free plan, a plan that can change as your priorities do. And Nina's free plan, it leaves her free to focus on what's important right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry with a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Everything in moderation. Except for popcorn. Popcorn doesn't count. Skinny Pop. Enjoy endlessly.
Why did we choose Safe Flight? We're always working on a project while loading up our SUV. One extra push and crack. So we scheduled at safeflight.com. We were able to track our technician and knew exactly when he'd arrive. We could keep working. Safe Flight came to us.
Hi, I'm Kendrick.
Replaced our windshield and installed new wipers to protect our new glass. That's service on our time.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
I'm adding Downy Unstoppables to my wash. Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh.
So fresh. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection. Try for under $5.
When Dalton Rushing was asked who's the one guy he's most excited to catch this year, it was this young man, Justin Wrobleski.
Well, his fastball reaches the high 90s. He's been up to 98 at times. Got a little arm side run to it. Knows how to spin it. He's got a slider, a curveball, and that change is a very complimentary pitch as it's got some fade and sink to it.
The defense behind him is going to look like this for the Dodger prospects today. Jose Ramos in left field, Kendall George in center, Josue DePaul is in right field for the Blue. Alex Freeland's at third base, Trey Sweeney's the shortstop, Austin Gothier at second base with Fallon Lorenzo at first. We mentioned Dalton Rushing, the catcher for the Blue, who's going to be on the receiving end of those hard fastballs of Justin Wrobleski on the mound as he gets set to work against Nelson Rada. First pitch outside, 1-0. Rada goes after it. We have our first base hit of the game. It's Nelson Rada with a single. And when he gets on, he is a threat at all times on the base paths.
Really like to see the aggressiveness right there by Rada, especially left on left. Gets it a little bit in his kitchen, finds a way to get it into center field, and now the track meet starts. This is where it's going to be interesting too, with the pitch, the numbers of times you can go over there and pick and create some excitement.
We've seen Nelson Rada quite a bit in big league camp. He's 2 for 12 this spring. 2 singles, 2 walks, and 4 stolen bases. So when I say he's a threat every time, I mean it. He has done that every single time. As Kyron Paris is up next, is a familiar name in the Angels system, has been around for a while. In the 2023 Futures game season ago. 1-0 from Wrobleski. Inside 2-0.
So many guys in this game that are looking at this game and super excited about it. Kyron's maybe looking, man, I was in the big leagues last year. Like, come on. Maybe get his two and leave, right?
You say that, but I spoke with Kyron about it, and he was thrilled to be a part of this game about a week ago. He really was.
Absolutely. I say it in a joking fashion,
sure.
But, with so many young guys here, he's 22, maybe pretty close to the oldest statesman, right?
This may be the most senior matchup we have today. Wrobleski going up against Kyron Paris. A couple of 23-year-olds. 1-1. Down and away.
When you look at Kyron's future, you can project him into the top of the order kind of guy. And when you're hitting that 2-hole, you've got to be able to give your stolen base threat an opportunity. So you got to take some pitches.
Big cut there, and he missed it. 2-2. Ron Washington talked about how Kyron Paris is raw, still has a lot of learning to do, but also said, you know what, we have some teaching to do. And we're seeing a lot of that in Angels camp. Washington here to watch this one as Paris swings and misses. 2-2.
Yeah, there's so many eyes, especially front office eyes on these games today. Checking out the young talent.
Give me 3-2 the count. With Nelson Rada over at first base, there's Kyron Paris. 44 bases Paris took last year, so that is some serious speed at the top of this Angel order. Rada's on the move, swung on and missed by Paris, and Rada's going to get there without a throw. So Paris strikes out, but the Angels able to get a runner in scoring position.
You talk about it, and it just comes to fruition right there. Really good jump, was over there 5 pitches before that. Got an opportunity to really check out his move. But when you're a base stealer, Trent, there's nothing that a pitcher, even if it's a left-hander, is going to do that you haven't already seen, whether it's hold the ball, watch the pitch clock get down, things of that nature, just unfazed.
Cole Fontenelle, college player at a Texas Christian, and an RBI machine. As he was in his college days, trying to bring that to the professional level now. It was after the first pitch, fouls it back. Going back to Ronald for a moment. Last year in A-ball at 17 years old, played 115 games, stole 55 bases. That's a stolen base right here.
You put so much pressure on you defensively.
Wrobleski takes a look back at him and then misses low to Fontenelle.
I mean, he puts pressure on the defense. He forces guys in the middle to be able to hold him on. Puts pressure on the catcher. When you saw Rushing try to get off that throw, he knows he's got to be quick. He fumbles it. But really what he's doing is taking the attention away from the batter right here from Wrobleski.
1-1. Big swing and a miss. They try to back pick. You know, we were all excited about the Dana Rushing matchup on the mound. I think it's just as fun as trying to see Rushing trying to hold Nelson Rada.
I think what you're going to see a lot of this game is these guys trying to show off their skills, right? You're going to see some back picks. You're going to see some elevated velo, stolen bases. You're going to see everything.
Wrobleski misses outside. 2-2.
And that's where you're going to see what Nelson Rada creates on the bases is big misses. When you're getting big misses, it winds up making hitting so much easier.
Here it comes to Fontenelle. Foul back.
And Trent, you talked about his, coming into this camp as being a big bat polished guy. He was in camp. He's still in camp for such a long time. And it's because Ron Washington is trying to educate this guy from the big league staff.
Yeah, Fontenelle's not going to make the team for the Angels. Washington's made that clear as he fouls another one back. But there are things that they feel like he can learn at the major league level in camp that he just might not get at the minor league level.
Well, without a doubt. He's going to have an opportunity to go over there and work with Ryan Goins as the infield coordinator over there on the big league side with Ron Washington, the genius of the dirt.
2-2's up and in. How about Ron Washington? We just saw him a moment ago. He told me that after the game he was going to go take a shower, relax, come on back. No, he's out here studying the future of this franchise right now with the Angels. Here comes the 3-2 payoff. Fontenelle swings and misses. Wrobleski gets the strikeout. Back-to-back punch-outs for the 23-year-old Dodger.
You look at his obviously plus stuff. Really good job of staying to his arm side. It's the first one that Fontenelle hadn't covered in that at-bat. But you just see the plus velo by Wrobleski.
Wrobleski, who Last year got really his first full season of professional baseball as Sam Brown swings and misses. Brown out of Washington State with a college bat in this Halo system. Little chopper back to Wrobleski. He comes off the mound, fielded his position well, and that's how the inning comes to a close. Angels leave a runner in scoring position. We're scoreless through 1.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease?
Will it get worse? How common is it? Who can I talk to? Can this be treated?
Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by a formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
To advance the future of golf, PGA of America chose T-Mobile for Business. With a 5G-powered innovation hub to analyze player performance and expand coaching tools. Take your business further with America's largest 5G network.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all. Again. There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a new Nissan. Let's roll. Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get a low $317 per month lease or get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Looking for the best clearance deal of the year? Then it's time to say yes during Ford Truck Month. Yes to 1.9% financing for 72 months. And yes to great deals on our last remaining 2023 Ford F-150s. F-Series, the #1 selling trucks 47 years straight. Find all your yeses during Ford Truck Month. Now get 1.9% for 72 months for a potential savings of over $11,900 on Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It's the spring breakout at Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Dodgers' top prospects against the Angels' top prospects. Caden Dana back on the mound for the Halos as we're being joined by the Angels' minor league field coordinator, Joe Krusel, who's with us now. A longtime part of the Cardinals organization, has been a part of the Angels now in his 3rd season with the organization. Joe, first of all, thanks for the time today. How much fun is it for you to get to watch this budding young group of talented players that the Angels are featuring today?
You know, this is very exciting. It's exciting for the players and the staff that's also involved in this, but it's really exciting for the organization and the fans that stuck around after the big league game. You know, the players were down there signing autographs and everything, and you know, we got some really nice ball players out there on the field to let them show their abilities.
Trey Sweeney is the batter here for the Dodgers here at a 2-1 count as Dana gets set to deliver, misses in. But my goodness, last half inning, we saw Nelson Rada left on left, gets a hit, steals a base. It's got to be so much, it's got to be so enjoyable to watch a player like that. What's Nelson Rada like?
You know, Nelson's a great kid. He works extremely hard. You know, the things you really like about him, and you saw it in one at bat, is that he has the knack of putting the ball on play. He finds some holes. The ability to cause some havoc on the bases. He's really exciting to watch.
You know, Joe, when I sit there and I watch the big league squad right now and I see how much they're trying to impact the game on the bases, you know, we're looking at a guy that the Angels have in Flores behind the plate. Talk about his ability to shut down the run game.
Yeah, you know what Juan does for a young kid, he does an extremely good job of being able to catch and receive and block the baseball, but also he's got a plus arm, and that will derail some teams from trying to steal on him.
Joe, it's been a theme through Major League camp about the impact that Ron Washington has brought in, trying to bring back aggressive base running and teaching a lot of fundamentals. What kind of impact does that have on the organization as a whole as it, you know, funnels down to the minor league level as well? You know, Ron's a great guy, you know, and he's very charismatic, you know, and the players really enjoy being around him. And the thing that he really brings is a belief. You know, he's got a lot of belief and faith in his staff, along with the players and along with what we're doing down in the minor leagues. It's really exciting and a fresh breath that he's brought
to that big league club and also to the minor league system.
You know, being a part of a minor league system, you know, actually being part of the Angels system a long time ago. I know how those meetings go in the coaches' rooms as we're getting close to breakouts and all that. Guys that are fighting for guys, are we getting any wagers going there? Hey, no, this guy needs to stay back a year, things of that nature.
There's sometimes you see that where everybody thinks like Nelson Rada should be on their team. So there's a lot of people in that room fighting for a lot of our players. So it's really exciting and funny at times to hear.
Well, Joe, we really appreciate the time today. Caden Dana, a couple of strikeouts, no scores. We head to the bottom of the second here in the spring breakout.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Everything in moderation. Except for popcorn. Popcorn doesn't count. Skinny Pop. Enjoy endlessly.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good.
Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game telecast presented by DirecTV. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Caden, great job in those 2 innings. How much fun was it to participate in a game like this against so many top prospects on the other side?
It's a blessing, man. I mean, just to get on the field right now and put our name out there and just compete against each other. It's awesome.
Man, you're so humble about what you're doing. I know how much hard work you've put into this, you know, but what did you take really from big league camp into this start today?
Just to stay relaxed, stay focused. I mean, you see those veterans in the locker room and stuff, like the way they go throughout their day. They're relaxed. They know what they got to do. You know, sticking to the same routine, game plan every day. Just being professional, going out there, doing your thing.
Angels manager Ron Washington has spent a lot of time talking about you in camp. Really talks about your mound presence, your ability to absorb information and learn. How important is it for you to take this time that you've gotten in Angel spring training to just learn as much as possible?
Being a younger guy, I'm just an open book right now, especially going into big league camp. That was a big learning experience for me. Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge in those locker rooms, like I said, like a lot of veterans pick their brains, and yeah, I'm here to learn.
You know, Caden, going back to our USA days together, I remember asking you, from Don Bosco, you had that football coach there, and you said, man, I'd run through a wall for that guy. Wash, to me, was really kind of that same guy where people talk about, I'd run through a wall for that guy, too.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, no layer of brick is stopping me for him.
Look, okay, Caden, I have to ask you, because everybody wants to know right now, how often are you compared to Noah Syndergaard? Because I know that Thor, once a member of the Angels organization, you got the flow going on. Do you get the Syndergaard comp? Do people say things?
Yeah, too much. It's every day. Yeah. I hear it a lot.
Well, hey, look, he had success early. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be able to do throughout your entire career. And Caden off to an outstanding start here in this spring breakout game, picking up 3 strikeouts and 2 innings of work. Caden, well done. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, there goes Caden Dana, starting pitcher for the Halos. Couple of outs already for Jack Kachanowicz, who's the starting pitcher for, or the second pitcher into the game, who is a starter in this Angels organization. 23 years old, 6'7". As that ball gets sliced down the left field line. It's a tough play for Tucker Flint there. That's going to end up being a double. First extra base hit of the ball game comes from Kendall Dorge. Kachanowicz, the number 10 prospect in the Angels system.
You know, obviously that two-seamer, he's going to run it up there, 99, 100 miles an hour. Ground ball machine right there. It's not a ground ball. It was a pretty good piece of hitting by Kendall George, but there is an absolute swing and miss slider in there, which will be on display.
Josue DePaula, batter here for the Dodgers, fouls it back. DePaula struck out his first time up. One of the 3 strikeout victims of Caden Dana. Kachanowicz looks back. Here comes the 0-1 delivery in there for a strike.
You know, Trent, there's that big debate of pitchers that pitched a decade or 2 decades ago against the guys right now. And where I see the biggest difference, it's in the minor leagues. Wasn't facing guys that were 99 with filthy sweeping sliders. And there's so many guys on so many different staffs that have that stuff.
The amount of pitching talent just throughout baseball is remarkable. And you look at this Angels group headlined by Dana, but Kachanowicz is one of them. Hopefully we get a chance to see Barrett Kent later, Walbert Urania. The Angels have a lot of very good arms that maybe don't get enough recognition across the game. Hard hit ball over the right field, testing the arm of Ruiz. They're going to send Kendall George play at the plate, not in time. And the first run of the game comes from the Dodgers here at the top of this 3rd inning. RBI single for Josue DePaula.
DePaula gets the head out right there, but as we featured in the 1st inning, Kendall George, that speed. This is a really well hit ball out to right field, and there is absolutely no chance to get a runner like Kendall George. The same thing happens when Rada's out there on the bases. Really well executed play though, right? Even though you don't get the out right here, this is what you want to see in Ron Washington, the farm director, the field coordinators, all that. Be able to execute baseball.
Now here comes Dalton Rushing, the top prospect in this Dodgers system. Drew a walk the first time up. Rushing trying to extend this Dodger lead, 1-0 top of the 3rd inning. There's the Josue DePaula. Kachanowicz the pickoff. Back to first, diving back safely is DePaula. For Kachanowicz, was reading up on him a little bit. Changed the arm slot at the end of spring training last year, and then was able to ramp up that velocity last year and being able to throw that heat, touching 99, relatively new for him.
It's almost like when you're able to do that for the first time, it's like, hey, I got this new little toy.
Yeah. 2-0 pitch. That ball is laced into center field. That's going to go down for a single. Trying to force the issue is DePaula, who gets to third base no problem. So runners at the corners. 3 straight hits for the Dodgers.
And there's so much speed in this game and being able to understand how to use it. And right here, DePaula, good simple read right there. The center fielder, Rada's going away from the plate, easily takes third. Nice job of Rada getting that ball to keep an extra force out at second base right there. So playing the game the right way.
But even with Rada being a plus defender, hard hit baseball, DePaula goes first to third, no problem right there. That was impressive. Lorenzo drives this ball right field. That ball is way gone. 3-run shot, and the Dodgers take a 4-0 lead here in the 3rd.
In his second at bat, wound up getting hit the ball hard in his first at bat on a changeup off Caden Dana. Winds up sitting heat of Kachanowicz and gets the barrel out and does not miss this ball. A little pause there. able to hover. That's a skill set right there. Being able to start on time, hover, and get your foot down and get the barrel out front.
We didn't even have time to tell you that the power of Lorenzo and what he brings, the catching position, playing first base today. We didn't have to tell you. He was too busy showing you with that 3-run homer. Trey Sweeney, the batter, now struck out his first time up to lead off the second inning. A one-way inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is where you want to see him get him back in the zone, get back into a leverage count, pitch to that soft contact. Sometimes it's not about what you do, it's how you recover.
So after Caden Dana gets a couple of scoreless innings, a 4 spot here in this third, as Kachanowicz has given up 4 straight hits, including that 3-run homer to cap it off, and now falls behind 3-1.
This is where if he's in big league camp, you're going to have a veteran, Logan O'Hoppe, one of those guys go out there, calm him down, just get him back in the zone.
Didn't miss by much, but it did miss, and that's going to be a 2-out walk. So 5 straight Dodgers are on for Jose Ramos, the next batter. Now they'll try to settle him down for just a moment here as we see a meeting on the mound, and you know you're in a showcase event like this. You want to perform well. You want to beat the crosstown rival Dodgers. You want to put on a show for all the major league fans that are here to watch it. You don't normally get. Hard to imagine what the emotions must be for Jack Kachanowicz right now.
Yeah, I'm sure his heart rate was really high when he wound up taking the mound, getting a couple outs really quick, and then striking out the 8-hole hitter in Gauthier. But then all of a sudden it's a pretty good pitch, well executed. Kendall George hits an opposite field double, then it's an RBI, then it's like, okay, have the ability to be able to step back. What I love right here is going to the mound, settling him down, being able to be like, hey, you're 1 pitch away, get the boys back in the dugout.
For Jose Ramos, strong is the word that comes to mind when you watch him as Ramos gets sent to work here. Looks at that first pitch miss in.
Ramos has an absolute pull approach. Part of the WBC Panama team in 23 too.
So some experience playing against top talent.
Trying to remember what pool Panama was in. Were they in the Miami bracket?
I thought Panama was, I want to say in Japan.
Were they in Japan?
1-0. Now 2-0. As Kachanowicz tries to slow the game down. Swing and a miss.
Good slider right there to get back in the count. Don't you got to know what gets you into counts, what gets you ahead, and what puts guys away. And here he just went with a simple slider.
It's a pitch that's coming around for him. His changeup has been his primary secondary pitch. Ground ball over to Guzman at short, knocks it down, picks it back up, makes the toss over to Brown in time. As we step aside, the Dodgers play 4 in the third. They have a 4-0 lead.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness a buck. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby on another level.
Get it for a buck, get it for a buck. Dave Single, Dave Single. Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for a buck. Only in the app.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
We know that Spectrum Mobile means amazing value. For $29.99, you get unlimited talk, text, data, nationwide 5G, coast-to-coast coverage, speed boost. It's just a lot of great stuff. So I made this. Everything that's on it, you get, and you can spin it.
But no matter where it lands, you already get everything on it.
Exactly.
So you don't have to spin it.
You know what? Let's just forget about the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Get more with your mobile. Get Spectrum Mobile.
You get that? You get that?
Add an unlimited line for $29.99. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Ready, set, go to Toyota of Melbourne now to save on all new Toyotas. Hundreds of new Toyotas are in stock and ready to take home with 0% financing. New 2024 Toyota Camrys, 0% financing. 2024 Toyota Corollas, 0% financing. 2024 Crowns, RAV4s, and Tundras, all with 0% financing available. Big selection and big savings during the Ready, Set, Go sales event at Toyota of Melbourne. ToyotaofMelbourne.com.
Working hard to earn your business.
Dodger starter Justin Wrobleski, impressive, gives up the leadoff hit to Nelson Rada, then gets 4 strikeouts, fields his position, outstanding defense in this game. It was all going for Wrobleski in this one. And this may be the highlight on the broken bat, goes sliding in for the 1-3 of Tucker Flint. Nice day in his 2 innings.
Well, it was as advertised and very well done and executed by Wrobleski.
Juan Flores, the leadoff man for the Angels here in this 3rd inning, chasing 4 runs. Jackson Ferris, the new pitcher, into the game for the Blue. Number 8 prospect in the system. Came over as the key piece in that Michael Busch trade. At 20 years old.
Loves his breaking balls, his fastballs, mid to 90s. But there is some absolute swing and miss in there, and he is not afraid to compete on that mound.
Juan Flores is going to take off, trying to take advantage of rushing, and did just that. Some catcher-on-catcher crime right there.
I don't know if he just missed the ball, if it was just in front of him. Thought he tried to frame it and have it, but just aggressive base running right there. Push the envelope, gotta like it.
Worth noting, Flores did steal 4 bags in 46 Dominican Summer League games last year, so he's relatively fleet of foot, especially for the catcher position. With Ruiz batting here, ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Now 3-0 to Jorge Ruiz.
And one of the things that sticks out to me about Ruiz is 12.8 K% last year. He has a really good understanding of the strike zone and what he wants to swing at.
Career .305 hitter and close to 180 minor league games. Has worked his way up. 2021 playing in the Dominican, 2022 Arizona, 2023 A-ball, and we'll see where Ruiz ends up this year. 3-1 he watches go by for ball 4. So the first 2 Angels are aboard here in this 3rd inning. Right after the Halos gave up 4 runs in the top of the frame. Now a threat here is Nelson Rada digs in for the Angels.
That's what you like to see. The ability to give up 4 runs and be able to bounce right back, put some pressure on the opponents. They will not let this game get away from them.
So 2 on, nobody out for Rada, who singled and stole a base his first time up. Now showing bunt, brings it back to strike. In talking with some people around the Angels organization, one of the things that continually is discussed about Rada are his instincts.
You could really see him back on the backfields yesterday when I was watching the big league side play that game of where situations, and you know, I said the ball's hitting the gap, he just easily gated over there, wound up retrieving it rather well.
Comes the 0-2 to Rada. Lays off, good breaking ball.
That's a good spit right there. Very good spit by Rada.
Two and 2.
Ferris is about 92 to 95 with that 12-6 breaking ball. Pretty impressive start to his senior year in high school over there at IMG. First 2 games he goes no, and then the second game he goes perfect game. That'll draft the attention of some scouts.
No kidding. And good enough for him to be a part of the USA baseball system. Of course, my partner Denny Hawking here, a major part of that, part of the 2022 gold medal championship team that Team USA baseball had. Denny was the skipper for that squad.
Yeah, Jackson was on the team before my year that I managed, the year that they played a 7-game set against Canada.
2-2 pitch. That one ripped but foul down the left field line. So Ferris, no stranger to the spotlight. Representing the Stars and Stripes. Here he is. 2-2. Ground ball over to first. Lorenzo makes the flip to second base. It gets away, and breaking for home is Flores. He will score. Everybody else advances as well. Angels on the board. It's 4-1. Dodgers still with a 3-run lead here in the 3rd inning.
With the ball in play, that's a really solid at bat right there by Rada. Just 2-strike battling, put it in play. And being able to, running there at second base, Ruiz just kind of shadows the defender. As a defender, you've got to be able to create your own throwing lane to make it easy on the first baseman. They're Sweeney unable to do that, winds up leading to actually a bunch of 90s right there.
So now here comes Kyron Paris, first base open, runners at second and third, nobody out. Angels have already answered the call with 1 run, trying to tack on here. After giving up a 4 spot at the top of the inning, Angel bats wasting no time trying to get back in this ball game.
Situational hitting right here by Kyron. See if he's able to score the run and move Rada to third base.
Ground ball's foul. Just barely. Left the chalk over there at third. Lorenzo will be charged with the error. Lorenzo, who hit the big 3-run home run in the top half of this frame, as Jackson Ferris trying to work out of a jam. So Lorenzo.
It's the old saying, Trent, drive in more than you let in. So far, he's still ahead in that area.
Big breaking ball from Ferris there for the strikeout of Kyron Paris as he goes down swinging for the 2nd time today.
The curveball that we mentioned earlier, that 12-6 action, it's most effective when he's throwing his fastball up in that zone. You think it's a fastball and just breaks out of the zone?
Here's Cole Fontenelle. Was a big-time run producer for the TCU Horned Frogs last year and got him the College World Series. So that pitch missed down and away. Fontenelle, who led that TCU squad batting average on base percentage, doubles, was 2nd in homers. Has a chance of driving some runs here. 1-0. In there for a strike.
Not a bad lead right there. Right now, you're trying to make sure you get one of these runs in, but you're really trying to drive both of those guys into switch spots with Rada to get into scoring position for the next guy up.
Hard hit, but foul. 1-2. Was hearing some comps to Corey Koski, your old teammate, Danny, for Cole Fontenelle.
Fontenelle, huh?
Just hearing that from some people who know Cole very well. After this at bat, maybe give us your idea as he ends up taking a call 3rd strike. Maybe less Koski-like right there.
I saw Koski do that a lot. No, I'm kidding. The Canadian that I played with. And it's just where you get frozen. Sitting soft, he just strikes out the last guy that was up there on that breaking ball. And that's what happens when you've got a good stuff, fastball, curveball, slider combination. If you're having one of those in the back of your mind and not sitting on the fastball, it's going to be trouble.
Now Sam Brown comes in, lifts it. So after the Angels get a run on the air, a couple of strikeouts and a fly out. Good job by Ferris. It's 4-1 Dodgers headed to 4th.
Before you were born. What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease?
Will it get worse? How common is it? Who can I talk to? Can this be treated?
Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by a formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
Everyone loves an extra $100 in their pocket. He sure does. They do too. Have a TurboTax expert file your taxes for you by March 31st to get $100 back instantly. Only from Intuit TurboTax.
Welcome to Lobster Fest. Is your party ready? Ready to tango with tails on tails on tails? Try Lobster Lover's Dream with 2 lobster tails and lobster and shrimp linguine. It's one of 10 next-level lobster creations. But Lobster Fest won't last, so hurry in.
Bask in the warm glow of spring training with a Sunday triple header. Up first, the Red Sox face off against the Braves at 1. Then at 4, the Rangers take on the Cubs. Followed by Brewers Royals at 7 Eastern. Watch these spring training matchups Sunday on MLB Network.
Well, they're behind that wall of Angel Red. There's Chris Carpenter. The Chris Carpenter that was so good for the St. Louis Cardinals for all those years is now a part of the Angels organization. Not just helping out on the pitching side, but mental skills as well. As a hot shot gets hit over to Paris, who picks it cleanly, and then gets it over to Brown, who does the same. So quick out right there. But when Jack Kachanowicz was in trouble in the last inning, Carpenter went out there to settle him down. And what a huge advantage to have someone with that kind of experience to help out these young pitchers.
I mean, it's tremendous. You know, these guys can walk to the mound that have lived in those shoes that are going on right there. Carpenter walks out, calms him down, is able to help him through that. And I think moments like that are what these young pitchers are going to be able to reflect on later in their careers, not just right when it happens.
2005 Cy Young Award winner, was comeback player of the year. 2009 3-time All-Star, a couple of World Series rings. Comes the 1-0 to Gauthier. Rana makes a nice play to get on over for out number 2. A couple of quick outs for Kachanowicz, who got into trouble in the 3rd and now gets 2 quick outs here in the 4th.
Going back to Carpenter, not to mention the bevy of conversations he had with Yadier Molina in his career.
Doesn't hurt to have Yadi in your corner. Alex Freeland, the batter. Oh for 1 today.
It's a nice job of him bouncing back. See if he can put this 3rd one away.
Lifted foul down the 3rd baseline. Left field line, rather. That ball was hit pretty hard as fans go chasing after it on the berm as Freeland is ahead. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the count. Kachanowicz now at 30 pitches. Back for his 2nd inning after giving up 4 runs in the 3rd. Trying to answer the call here in the 4th. And for falling behind 2-0, a couple of quick strikes. 2-2.
That's a good, really good slider on the back door right there.
Would have to think scouts would be taking note of the bounce back for Kachanowicz. Well, a breaking ball blooper is going to fall in front of Rada for a 2-out single. This pitch just left a little bit up in the zone.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a 2-strike. He's trying to get him to chase. It's soft contact, and that's how I'm always approaching things. I'm always trying to find silver lining, right? Good pitch. It's well executed. He did a nice job of getting up to it. You know, maybe another ball up in the zone. That's a swing and miss.
It was the Kendall George double that started the spiral in the third. He's the batter here with 2 outs and a man on. Big cut there. Nothing in one.
Having Kendall George in the past, I know, and I have seen that swing. And a lot of times when he takes that swing, that's exactly what happens. He's not a big guy.
Maybe he was noticing the flags out center field with the wind blowing out to center right now.
Kashana was providing a lot of that power.
0-1 to George. Just able to get a piece, and now Kachanowicz out in front, 0-2.
And this is where, as a manager, you're sitting there going, all right, we're playing with house money right here. Where you're up 3 runs, you got your 9-hole hitter already on first base. If he takes off, gets thrown out, you got Kendall George leading off the next inning. If he gets into scoring position, got a chance to score him.
Here comes the 0-2.
I'm actually hoping that he goes, so Flores has an opportunity to show it off.
53% caught stealing rate. Last year, the power arm of Flores has dazzled the Angels staff so far here at spring training.
Just saw his second pickoff right there, baiting him into stealing.
1-2, lifted foul. A little bit of a drizzle here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Yesterday, heavy rain forced the Angels-Mariners matchup to be called due to rain. Angels would end up losing by a run to the Cubs earlier today, and this is the second of the doubleheader here in Tempe. Runners on the move. This ball hit well by George towards the gap, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. George makes a hard turn at first. He's going for 3, absolutely. That's going to bring in a run. An RBI triple extends the Dodgers lead to 5-1 here in the 4th.
And that's right where you shorten up as a hitter, where you're able to get another pitch up in the zone. And once that ball's off his bat and he sees that ball going to Jersey Mike's sign out there in right center field, he just sets his GPS to third base. And there's never going to be a play on him in that ball.
So for Jack Kachanowicz, the pitcher here for the Angels, he gets 2 quick outs, gets 2 strikes on the 9-hitter Freeland, who ends up getting a soft single, and then the triple brings in a run, and Josue DePaula adds another. Back-to-back RBI hits for the Blue here in the inning. Back-to-back RBI hits for DePaula here in the ball game, and now it's 6-1 Dodgers.
And again, just a learning moment, for anybody, whether it's, Carpenter or a guy like Eddie Guardado who's down in the pen. This is where you can build off of this. You quickly get 2 outs in both of your innings, and then you just can't get that third out. What's the breakdown? Why are you unable to do that? And I think you've got experienced guys around you. You're going to be able to get that coaching and be able to get it figured out.
And now Dalton rushing as time is called. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here where the Dodgers have extended their lead 6-1 here with 2 outs at the top of the 4th inning.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
At Doth's, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry. With a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Everything in moderation. Except for popcorn. Popcorn doesn't count. Skinny Pop. Enjoy endlessly.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
25-year-old right-hander Hayden Sieg, the new pitcher into the game, trying to clean things up for the Halos here at this top of the 4th inning. Jack Kajanowicz gave up 6 runs and 5 outs, and is responsible for the man at first base right now, Josue DePaula, who just brought in the last run, as Dalton Rushing, the Dodgers' top prospect, is at the plate right now. And Sieg gets the first pitch, swing and miss strike. Nothing in 2.
Sieg's got one of those deliveries where it's not all compact, it's kind of out. Little arms, elbows, knees coming at you. Hard to pick up the baseball.
Rushing is 1 for 1 today with a single, a walk, and a run scored. 0-2. Watches it miss for ball 1. Where the Dodgers' top of the order has been incredibly dangerous, especially the last 2 innings. But Dalton Rushing goes down on strikes, but not before 2-run score for the Blue here in the inning. Angels down 5 here in the 4th.
From meat-free Monday to sizzle pan Sunday. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
To advance the future of golf, PGA of America chose T-Mobile for Business. With a 5G-powered innovation hub to analyze player performance and expand coaching tools. Take your business further with America's largest 5G network.
The 2023 National League Most Valuable Player, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald Acuna is the real deal.
He's incredible.
When you talk to players, they're in awe of things Acuna is accomplishing. This kid can do it all.
He did it! A 40-70 season! Let it fly, Ronald.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
It's been an off-season of big trades and huge signings.
I had to choose one team, and Dodgers were my choice.
And now, the Stars reemerge to write the next chapter.
Hey, let's go!
It's spring training on MLB Network.
Oh, this is fabulous!
See a full lineup of spring training games, along with in-depth coverage of every team.
We back, baby, we back.
The new season starts here on your home for spring training, MLB Network.
Jackson Ferris back on the mound for the Dodgers here in this bottom of the 4th inning in a 6-1 ball game. Blue leading the Halos here in the future Freeway Series. So many of the top prospects for the Angels and Dodgers on display here today. He's Denny Hawking. My name is Trent Rush. For Jackson Ferris, after getting into some trouble in the last inning, the error with Rod at the plate, the error over at first allowed a run to score. But after that, first 3 guys reach. You don't get help from the defense. What's he do? Takes matters into his own hands, gets a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up.
Well, I think the most impressive part was him staring down the barrel of the gun, right? First and second, nobody out. You got Rada capable of bunting, hitting, running, putting the bat on the ball, speed, impacting it, and then able to pitch out of it once he got second and third after the error. So, I mean, just composure, composure, composure. You're seeing a lot of that on the field today.
Here's the 3-1. Lifted by Guzman to center field. Kendall George is over. And there's the first out here in the inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of Major League Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MLB. Tucker Flint, new batter for the Halos here. So that one missed way inside. 23-year-old Flint. We've seen quite a bit in Major League camp. We've actually had some fun with Tucker Flint and Sam Brown in big league games because it feels like those two have had different uniform numbers every single day. It's been jersey roulette for Flint and Brown. And another new number for Tucker Flint today, 14.
That's the thing. When you wind up going down to the minor league side, you get to really, your number goes down too.
A lot of 58s, 67s. Now all of a sudden in the spring breakout, rocking 14. 1-2, we'll do it again. That is one of the beautiful things about spring training. Being down to the Angels dugout and clubhouse, talk with the guys on a daily basis. It's now become a fun game. Okay, what number are you today? 1-2 from Ferris. Whoa, 2-2. Stays alive.
Obviously, Trent, there's so many good players in this game, right? High prospects, talent all over the place, but I really feel like it's been dominated by the guys on the elevated dirt today.
2-2 from Ferris. It's a ground ball, and that one's going to get through. Gauthier was drifting over towards the first base side, and Tucker Flint found just enough room to get it past him for a one-out single.
It's one of those times where you're looking in to see what the pitcher's throwing. You see breaking ball left on left. Think it's going to be soft contact in the hole. And he hits it up the middle. You're like, oh, please get there. Unable to for the base hit.
There's Adrian Placencia now. Big hack at that one. 0-1.
I feel the difference so far has been the Dodger hitters have had the ability to shorten up just a little bit, where the Angels hitters haven't.
Dodgers 6 runs on 7 hits. Angels 1 run came on an error over at first base from Lorenzo. Trying to turn a double play. Placencia struck out his first time up. Here he is now. 1-1 pitch. Trying to go the other way there, but it's going to go foul.
Just tried to walk up to the plate, find out where the biggest hole was on the field. Anytime I came up with a guy on first base, I was a right-handed hitter. It's like, hit that ball about 10 feet fair, just on the ground. About 10 feet in front of the home plate. Try to move that second baseman. If you're able to do that, probably a win-win somehow. Whether they have to turn and get the guy at second, you're going to be safe at first. If you hit that hole, it's probably more oftentimes than not first and third.
Here's the 1-2. We'll do it again. Placencia, who finished last season at the Double-A level. Angels then brought him back here to this facility to finish up in Arizona, playing in the fall. He's not going to turn 21 years old until June. So a young player, a lot of talent, a second baseman that can play some shortstop, but he swings and misses there and goes down on strikes for the second time here in this ball game. Nasty from Ferris.
I mean, this is what he's always had in his repertoire. A hard fastball to go along with that filthy 12-6 curveball. And he's got a little funk in his delivery too.
When the Dodgers dealt Michael Busch, they had to get some real prospects back, and Jackson Ferris was that marquee guy. Juan Flores, the batter here.
take a look at his delivery. It's a straight up and down, and then the separation. He doesn't really get the ball clean out of his glove. Maybe it's something they teach over there with the Dodgers organization. Is there another left-hander? He's got a little funk to him.
Runner on the move is Flint. You're referring to a future Hall of Famer?
Potentially, yes.
Pretty good speed there by Flint. Gets the left-hander.
He's over there. Veteran first base coach over there, and Keith Johnson. He said enough is enough. If you're not going to make a pick, then we're just going to take advantage of it.
3-0 to Flores. Takes it for ball 4. So the Halos are the threat here in this 4th inning. Down 5 runs, 2 on, 2 out. It's the 9-hitter Jorge Ruiz. Reached on a walk his first time up. Let's see how much longer Jackson Ferris able to stay in this game. It's kind of interesting for the Dodgers right now, just about who is left in camp when so much of the organization right now is in South Korea. Then you have other folks that are back in Southern California getting ready for the Exhibition Freeway Series. And then you have, well, the kids who are in camp right now.
They're kind of spread out all over the world.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's Jorge Ruiz. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it off.
It's the biggest thing when you watch Jackson Ferris on the mound, as he doesn't smoothly pull the ball out of his glove and deliver it to home plate. It just, as a hitter, your eyes are attracted to quick movement. That's why a lot of times when you have a guy at second base, you're trying to tell him just to be super still. When you've got that kind of action, you don't really get a really good look at the release point. It's kind of like hard focus, soft focus.
Two on, 2 out. Here comes the 0-2 to the 9-hitter Ruiz. Takes it. Did not miss by much. Ball 1.
A little bit of glove work there by rushing behind the plate. Just had to move it a little bit too much to get it in the zone. Wound up going for ball.
No, rushing's the headline guy, but this Dodgers system loaded with catching prospects. Lorenzo's listed as a catcher. Yanier Fernandez, top 30 prospect, a catcher. That's not even including Diego Cartaya, who's the number 2 prospect in the Dodger system, not even in this game. All catchers. Dodgers should be set at that position for some time. 1-2 to Ruiz. Hits it hard the other way. Fly ball left field. Ramos is there, and he gets it. Angels strand a pair. We've played 4 innings at 6-1 Dodgers.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The winning move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
A ceiling or resistance, which led us to an increase overall for the year. But with that,
those are crinkly.
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Looking for the best clearance deal of the year? Then it's time to say yes during Ford Truck Month. Yes to 1.9% financing for 72 months. And yes to great deals on our last remaining 2023 Ford F-150s. F-Series, the #1 selling trucks 47 years straight. Find all your yeses during Ford Truck Month. Now get 1.9% for 72 months for a potential savings of over $11,900 on Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game telecast presented by DirecTV. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Jared Carroll's back on the mound for the Blue. Dodgers, the 7-run cushion at the moment here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 8-1. He's Denny Hawking. I'm Trent Rush. A couple of defensive changes. Damon Keith, the new left fielder for LA, with Noah Miller at shortstop. Denzer Guzman lead things out for the Halos here in the 6th. Guzman's over 2 with a strikeout thus far. Angels trying to climb their way back. And in a certain respect, of course you want to win the game. You're trying to compete. But you're also trying to take advantage of having a showcase opportunity. That is such a big part of minor league baseball. Ground ball hit over to Miller, who just came into the game. And Miller gets it over to Lorenzo for out number 1.
Well, there is one thing that should never change, regardless of the scoreboard, is effort. You know, so it's like, in this game where it's 8-1, either side, don't be the guy that the coaches bring you over at the end of the game and talk to you about that. So, and why would you? I mean, what an opportunity to be on the field with all these guys. So many eyes watching. Go out and enjoy it.
Here's Tucker Flynn. First pitch miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Upstairs 2-0. Flynn, who last year at AA Rocket City at 243, 16 homers, 83 RBI, was really good in A-ball 2 years ago. Got the promotion to AA last year. Now trying to earn another promotion as he tries to graduate levels for the Angels, and he's getting an extended run in these major league spring training games, the Cactus League for the Halos.
That's my first look at him, but I like how he's so stable and stuck into the ground. He picks his foot up, but he gets it down.
Sky third base side, long run. Freeland gets there. It's the second out.
Well, what you really like about, you know, we're talking about playing good baseball. As you'll see, Freeland pretty much in the 5-6 hole. Gets a great read on this ball. As a pitcher, you have to communicate. When you get 2 guys running at the ball, and right there, Carros just signals, hey, why don't you take it? Avoids a collision.
And that communication, too, over on that third base side, like how difficult must that be? These guys aren't used to playing together all the time. A lot of different levels in play here in a showcase atmosphere.
We're probably getting some help from their side of the dugout, though.
Deja vu. Freeland again, this time has plenty of room when he's there as the Angels go down quietly in the 6th innings. Dodgers with an 8-1 lead headed to 7th.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Las Vegas Grand Prix chooses T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions because T-Mobile is helping power operations and experiences for hundreds of thousands of fans with reliable 5G connectivity. Now's the time to accelerate your business.
Noah Miller's going to bat that leadoff spot for the Dodgers here in this one. Top of the 7th inning, 8-1. It's been all blue so far here today. Joel Hurtado, the new pitcher into the game for the Angels here. He's got that hard fastball. See it right there. Missed 2-0.
One of the beautiful things about this game is there's so many different deliveries. Some are smooth, some are herky-jerky, but it's all to sit there and be able to distract the batter, being able to find the baseball.
Chopped over back behind first. Flint just moved over there, so he's able to make the flip for the first out. Ruiz is in left, Sanchez in right now. Capri Ortiz, the new second baseman. So a bunch of changes here, and we're getting a chance to see all of these top prospects from a bunch of different levels. On the Angels side, so many really young players getting an opportunity here. Denny, I would just love to know from your perspective, as someone that had an outstanding major league career, played for a long time, played all over the place, to have a game like this, so a prospect display that Major League Baseball, all 30 teams participating in, it's a cool thing to let the stars of tomorrow get this opportunity here in camp.
I mean, when you look at the amateur game, Trent, you know, the perfect games, the PBRs and all that, these guys are so used to going to showcases. But when you have the opportunity to go pro and then everybody's just basically on the same field, you know, that's what allows them to do this. And having this opportunity to showcase their talents all on the same field, I think it's special. And I think these guys are never going to take it for granted.
Damon Keefe goes down on strike, so bounce back here. The Angels trying to keep it tight. As close as they can anyway.
Well, speaking of keeping it tight, how about that tight slider right there by Hurtado? It's his first punch out of the game.
Hurtado, international sign. Well, an older signing, was 21 at the time, which is ancient.
Yeah.
To be signed in the Dominican. It really flew under the radar and has now made an impact in the Angels organization. 2-0 to Jesus Galiz. You just have to think, in this showcase era in baseball, to be able to represent your pro organization. And everyone is trying to jockey for their place in the game. Everyone wants to get to the show. But to be on a stage like this, there are a ton of scouts here. It's a cool opportunity. It's a 4-pitch walk, though.
I like how they're doing it in the sense of just putting two teams together. You know, I mean, you don't want to go, all right, well, everybody in the AL West plays everybody in the in the NL West. I just think that would be taken away from it because there's so many prospects, so many guys that the fans want to see, so many of these guys that we want to talk about.
Well, we just saw some of the scouts a moment ago as Hurtado delivers here, but they are paying close attention to everything and having the conversations and taking their notes and what do you like, who do you see, and how you're going to chart a different player. All of that Again, it's a 7-run game right now. In the last 3 innings, every pitch still matters to somebody as Albertus takes a look at that. Curveball for strike 2.
Oh, there is everybody behind home plate is definitely getting the information that they need for now and the future.
Albertus had a double and scored back in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hurtado gets a couple of strikeouts in the 7th. To the 8th we go.
Out of the billions that have walked this globe, here we stand. Our spirits have been charged with being the pioneers of this new frontier. What a time to be alive.
From need the dough to need it now. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptation Strike cat food.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease?
Will it get worse? How common is it? Who can I talk to? Can this be treated?
Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by a formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
This spring is the perfect time to get away. With a great deal on your favorite Hyundai model. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. But hurry, these offers end soon.
MLB Tonight's spring training coverage, only on MLB Network.
The Dodgers have been dealing here in the spring breakout. Early on, it was Wrobleski. Outstanding. Gets 4 strikeouts, including that fan of Fontenot right there. Jackson Ferris followed. He brought the hook. Big swing and a miss right there as Ferris went 2 innings. 1 run would score, but it was unearned. And then Jared Karros came in. Did a good job keeping it going for the Dodgers. 3 pitchers so far. They have all gone 2 innings with no earned runs. And right now, the Dodgers enjoying an 8-1 lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Alberto Rios going to lead things off for the Halos.
Yeah, hats off to those 3 Dodgers pitchers who's taken the mound so far. Y'all going 2 innings, combining for 3 walks, 7 strikeouts.
Rios with a little chopper. Going to test over at second base, and he's going to get there. Rios, former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Still waiting on the scorer's decision right there, if they're going to call that a hit or an error.
High chopper over the mound. And this is one of those things where you're always trying to make an impression. You're not happy about hitting the ball so deep. Get down that line, find it.
They do give him a hit there, so a leadoff single brings up Jorge Ruiz. Just the 4th hit of the day for the Angels. Patrick Cope, a new pitcher into the game. 7th round pick last year. 22-year-old, 6'6" right-hander. Was the highest draft pick ever out of the University of Marshall. Way in. 1-1.
Rios is such an interesting story. Former St. John Bosco guy, Trinity League, goes to Stanford, doesn't play at all for his first 2 years. 3rd year, oh, let me just get Pac-12 Player of the Year. It's that old perseverance.
I know the Angels really high on his bat as Ruiz hits a fly ball to right field. Munoz is there. Out number 1 here with man on in the 7th inning. But going back to Rios for a moment. a fascinating journey because he was blocked at the catching position or blocked at third base at Stanford, ends up in left field, played a little bit of left field with the Angels. They like him more as a catcher. You're loving on the bat, but if you have a really good bat, you can also catch. They like his aptitude and the way he thinks about the game of baseball. He's a smart guy, Stanford guy.
He's able to acquire information, digest it, and then apply it rather quickly. That's what I've heard about Rios.
But that's a tough adjustment as well, to go to catching. And he was doing some of that out of the bullpen in his college days, a little bit early on in the Angels organization last year, but now they have him as a catcher. That's his plan. Trying to have him as just a really good hitting catcher is the thought there. As Anthony Scholes, the batter here, 1-1.
Tell you what, I have been impressed with the Dodgers pitching. They just continue to make pitch to pitch in quality locations.
One-two to Scholes. Scholes' father, who was an Olympian for Cuba, 3 Olympic gold medals at first base there, so proud family tradition. Anthony Scholes trying to continue that now in professional baseball with the Angels. Called third strike right there, so Scholes goes down looking.
Just talking about quality location. I think these guys brought their paintbrushes over from Camelback.
That's a little bit low, and that's what Scholes was trying to say, but he gets rung up. There's Capri Ortiz. Hitting in Kyron Paris' spot. Neat opportunity for fans as well to be able to watch one game and be totally caught up to speed in what's going on in both the Dodgers and the Angels organizations as far as the young rising talent in the system. And regardless of what the final score ends up being, you're getting an opportunity to see these guys and be able to track their progress. And sometimes being able to deal with the adversity is every bit as cool part of the story as anything else.
Well, that's one of those things where maybe there's some players on this field that haven't been in the United States. This is their first experience in the United States, so the fans will be able to get to see them for the first time. Maybe guys have been in the the complex league for a couple years. Usually when you're doing something like that, people recognize you, people gravitate to you. So I'm sure that people are on this playing field and in this stands that they've connected before.
Here comes the 2-2, 2 outs, man on. Is the leadoff man Rios. Fouled away. It's Patrick Coppin trying to give up that soft leadoff hit and back it up with 3 quick outs. Angels just 4 hits on the afternoon. That's turning the evening here in Tempe. Here comes the 2-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Now we go to the 8th. It's 8-1 Dodgers.
From meat-free Monday to Sizzle Pan Sunday. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Keep up with every team on MLB Network. Just download the MLB app, then watch MLB Network all day.
Camden Minacci, the new pitcher, into the game for the Angels here in the 8th. The closer at Wake Forest that led the ACC in saves, 6th in the nation in college baseball last year. A reliever profile that brings the heat on a 2-pitch mix.
Being from Wake Forest, I mean, there's that pitching lab there. Everybody's very familiar if you follow college baseball. They just do it a little bit different over there.
You know, the Angels have been high on Minacci's fire, his energy. He's got the fastball and the slider, and now, as he continues to develop in professional baseball, working on developing a changeup. Here's Alex Freeland, who's the batter here to lead things off for the Dodgers in this top of the 8th inning. First pitch strike. Really, unless you're Mariano Rivera, you're going to have to be able to mix up pitches a little bit more at this level. The difference between college baseball and professional baseball. Here's the 0-1. Jam shot back foul. Nothing in 2.
And the only guy that was capable of standing out there and just going, here it is, was Mariano. Although Zach Greinke probably thought he could do it a few times there.
Again, Minacci, fastball really good, slider really good. And now working on developing a changeup to get to that level.
And that changeup to be able to stay to his arm side.
And it's a 3-pitch strikeout right there. Brought the heat. Elevation for strike 3.
When you've got plus stuff, you want to be able to feature it out of the zone, especially when you're ahead. Get guys to chase. Love guys with chase stuff.
Minacci touches 99. I think we saw 99 on that last fastball. He's charged up. Zaire Hope sees that one miss inside. 1-for with the single to stolen base. Here today, top of the 8th inning, 8-1 Dodgers leading the Angels. For Minacci last year, they really liked his strikeout to walk rate. I mean, he only played 7 games of A-ball, but had 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. Hit pass flipped over at first base, so that's a 2-0 base hit, a single, with 1 out here in this 8th inning.
So common in baseball, especially with guys on the mound that have plus stuff. The minute you get behind, that hitter gets an advantage. You got to lay one in there. It just winds up being a knock. Good piece of hitting by Hope.
The Angels have been so aggressive about promoting players through the organization. When they're ready to go, they get to the major leagues. We saw it last year with Nolan Shawnowell, drafted in July and playing in August and September. The major league level, 29 games. Zach Neto spent all of maybe 2 months in minor league baseball before he gets an opportunity to play. And Minacci, somebody that, as a polished college pitcher, might be one of those that has an opportunity for the Halos to rise on an accelerated program.
Yeah, he certainly has an opportunity to be on that accelerated program. And how do you get on it? It's just by getting in the zone.
Here's the 1-1 to Samuel Munoz. Minacci calls time.
A little disengagement there.
Pickoff back over to first. Minacci going right to A-ball coming out of college. As he gets set to work here. 1-1. Ground ball is going to get through for a base hit. Making the turn and headed for third. For a moment was Hope, but put on the brakes and he takes back. But we've talked about Zach Neto getting the call right away and going up. And 3 years in a row, the Angels have had the first player out of their respective draft class make it to the major leagues. The Halos have been aggressive in promoting guys.
I mean, there's 2 things that stick out to me right here. It's the target of who you want, and then that's the scouting side of it, and then the quick development side to get them to the big leagues.
Still sat through Looks like he's in ink to be in the Angels rotation. Zach Neto in ink to be the shortstop. Nolan Shawnuel in ink to be the first baseman at the big league level for the Angels. That's what Perry Manassian has done in the last 3 draft classes for the Halos. Yanier Fernandez, the batter. Big hack there, and he missed it. 0-1. 2 on, 1 out.
The ability to be able to identify players with big skill sets and advanced knowledge, get them to the big league as quickly as you can.
Hit hard but foul down the right field line. On top of the clubhouse over there in right field. Some fans chasing after it. You got to love the fans, especially the kids. Hey, take advantage of an Ernie Banks day. Let's play 2. Cactus League, early afternoon. Spring breakout. Late afternoon, early evening. Full day of baseball here in Tempe, Arizona. Hard-pressed to find a better Saturday than this. So Dodger fans have made their way here to Tempe, the home of the Halos, in the Cactus League. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Anachi's second strikeout here in this 8th inning, and 2 gone.
That is some spin rate. That is some tilt. That is what you're looking for, especially when you're ahead. Going back to the leadoff hitter this inning, and Freeland gets him 0-2, make him expand. Don't throw anything near the strike zone. Same thing right there.
Lorenzo's getting a full day at work. Up for the 5th time today. Has a 3-run homer. See if this one's playable on the left side. Long run. Denny, you were talking about those 2 strikeouts, and here's a look at it right here.
Being able to expand up. You have plus stuff, plus velo, and then once you get them looking up, then it's like, well, let me just drop the hammer on you here. I was never a pitcher, but it's got to be some kind of feeling when you can get a guy, you can throw a pitch and have him miss it by about 4 feet. I know the feeling the other way.
Well, that's how you can develop that confidence that sometimes can even become irrational confidence, which is not the worst thing in the world for a Major League Baseball player.
And I think there is something to be said about being able to stand out there on the mound and be like, I can throw this anywhere and you can't hit it, but that can also be dangerous too.
Well, Manacci feeling it right there. He strikes out 3 in the inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go, though it's 8-1 Dodgers here in Tempe.
What causes a curve down there? Can it be treated?
Stop typing and start talking. It could be a medical condition called Peyronie's disease, or PD, and it could be treated without surgery. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness $1. But Tyler and Toby on another level.
Get it for $1, get it for $1. Dance single.
I'm hearing that song in my sleep.
Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Stage Single for $1. Only in the app.
We need a small business loan fast.
I got this.
Lone Falcon!
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
So, we learned about Spectrum's advanced Wi-Fi. We talked about Spectrum Internet, state-of-the-art security features. But today, you're gonna learn something different, because our guest is a legend. He's literally shaped the way we think about the internet. Stephen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. We know that Spectrum delivers the most reliable internet speeds.
Woo! The most reliable internet speeds. You're not gonna find that in a book.
I wrote a book about it.
You don't need to read it, because you just heard it.
Want the most reliable internet speeds? You want Spectrum One.
I was involved in a very bad car crash and decided to call attorney Dan Newland. Dan's team really got the job done. It was like 1, 2, 3. And at the end of my case, Dan got me $500,000.
Insurance companies don't just hand that money over. If you've been involved in a car accident, I'll fight hard to win big for you too. Call me Saturday or Sunday at 407-888-8000. That's 407-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my case.
Joel Hurtado giving some love to the Angel faithful hanging out here in Tempe, Arizona. It's been a full day of baseball. 8-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 8th inning here in the first ever spring breakout game. Comets still on the mound for the Blue. Face Cole Fontenelle here, who swings and misses. 0-1. With Denny Hawking, I'm Trent Rush. Here to celebrate the future. SoCal baseball. Foul ball flare that gets caught by Hernandez. So Fernandez going after that one. The basket catch for the first down.
There have been a lot of balls over there by that third base dugout. It's about 5 or 6 over there. And I think it just goes to show you the plus stuff that the Angels have had to face from the Dodger pitchers today.
And the Dodgers have depth. It's been a strong farm system for a number of years. Their pitcher's been very effective. The one Angel run came on an error, so no earned runs for Dodger pitching here in this ball game. Just 4 hits. Idel Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Came over with Mickey Moniak as part of the Noah Syndergaard trade. So another Thor drop. It was not Thor who was on the mound earlier. It was in fact Caden Dana, who pitched very well for the Angels. Sanchez goes down on strikes. Dana at 20 years old, first 2 innings. The Angels today able to pick up a handful of strikeouts, 3 of them. No hits, had the 1 walk as Dana looks on here. And there's a chance for Dana to be the next big thing when it comes to Angels pitching. Denzer Guzman sees that one miss way in.
Reminiscing about his outing today.
He got to spend some time in Major League camp, and he had a good showing against the premier prospects for the Dodgers in the first couple innings of this game. Guzman looking for his first hit. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes is Guzman.
The biggest thing, and I remember being a young player, being in Major League camp for my first time, it's you're in awe, but you're also trying to make sure that you gain something from it. And his post-outing, an opportunity to talk to him, and he really talked about, you know, just watching those guys and their routines and just trying to get wisdom from them.
Denny, I've been calling the young crop of Angel major leaguers the 25U squad. When talking about Zach Neto and Nolan Shawnoel and Chase Silseth and Reed Detmers, and Mickey Moniak's about to graduate. He's about to turn 26. So you have all the Joe Adell, you have all of this young talent. I think there's a chance that Dana could be the next member of the 25U squad.
Yeah, I can see that happening, and it's all going to be basically on him and how much information he's going to be able to take in. You know, how much coaching he's going to be able to get. He's going to get a ton of coaching. Every coach is going to want to put their hands on a guy like Caden Dana because of the skill set.
Here comes the 2-2. Guzman looking to battle here, but goes down on strike 2nd time today. So Guzman 0 for 4. To the 9th we go. It's 8-1 Dodgers.
This spring is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai model. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. But hurry, these offers end soon.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness a buck. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby on another level.
Get it for a buck, get it for a buck. Dave Single, Dave Single.
Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for a buck. Only in the app.
From need the dough to need it now. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Businesses go further with 5G solutions. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. PGA of America and T-Mobile are partnering on 5G-powered analytics to help improve player performance. T-Mobile's network helps AAA stay connected nationwide to get their members back on the road. And Las Vegas Grand Prix chose T-Mobile to help fuel operations for one of the world's largest racing events. Now is the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
This bakery needs new equipment fast to keep up with demand. So they're going to On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and, if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Welcome to Lobster Fest. Is your party ready? Ready to tango with tails on tails on tails? Try Lobster Lover's Dream with 2 lobster tails and lobster and shrimp linguine. It's one of 10 next-level lobster creations. But Lobster Fest won't last, so hurry in.
Kelvin Caceres has been in Major League Camp up until earlier this week, and here he is to pinch in the Spring Breakout game. 9th inning. Angels down 8-1, but Caceres, pitcher who has a chance to be impactful at the Major League level for the Angels. Noah Miller, the leadoff man for the Blue here in this inning. First pitch in there for strike one. Caceres, who did pitch in the major leagues last year, making a debut at the end of the season against the Rangers. At 24 years old, does have that, albeit limited, but something, major league experience. Nothing in 2.
I feel like everybody we've watched today throw the ball towards home plate has had really good stuff. And the biggest thing that I can say is some guys have better control than others. That is the separator.
Here's the 0-2 to Miller. That's such a good point you bring up, Denny, because especially on the Angels side, and I know that there is a lot of belief within the organization about this group of Angel pitchers. You see the raw stuff, and you get excited about it. Urania especially, as soon as he can command it, that's what the minor leagues are for. He's going to have an opportunity to potentially be an impactful arm.
And I think nowadays with so much technology, to be able to teach a guy through Edutronics or send him to a place like Driveline or whatever it is, but it's finding the ability to be able to repeat your delivery, stay in your legs, stay balanced over the rubber, and command the strike zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Caceres working against Noah Miller. The lights are on. The afternoon is turned to evening as late time is called. Caceres just about his delivery. Handful of fans hanging out for a full 18 innings of baseball today. Should also mention we're going to play a bottom of the 9th no matter what. Though we're going to have that anyways, but that was already scheduled. The Dodgers want to make sure that they get a pitcher for the 9th inning, but we are going to play a bottom of the 9th anyway.
Kind of feeling the 3rd game today, Trent. Any,
so you're saying you want to see 7 runs and 9 more extra innings?
I'd like to see some knocks here in the 9th inning for the Angels, but
you know what it is?
Cactus League games at 7?
You just feel cheated out of yesterday's rainout.
I do.
There's only been like 5 rainouts for the Angels in Cactus League history. Yesterday was one of them.
So what you're telling me is that was a part of 20% of them?
That's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. I've been a part of 40%. I was here for the one in 2020. Maybe it's me. There were other things that happened that year to cause some cancellations. I'm not claiming any responsibility for anything. Here comes the 1-1 to Damon Keith. Chop foul. So here comes Caceres ahead now, 1-2.
And looking back at my career being a 52nd round draft choice, I only marvel watching these guys. What it would be like
So here comes Jesus Galise after the strikeout. Damon Keith.
So many special players, so many special things, such bright futures.
You'll have to forgive me, Denny. I would have loved to have seen the reaction on Jesus Galise's face when he got handed this jersey with number 17 for the Dodgers. Whenever he got it, whether it was last night or today. Comes the 0-1. Fly ball center field, right center field gap. Stoll is calling off Sanchez. There's out number 2.
You think it was a different reaction than when Joe Mauer walked in and he got a number 7 Twins jersey? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm thinking Joe Mauer probably said, oh my goodness, what an honor. I'm going to wear a Denny Hawking jersey? Are you kidding me?
He said, give me number 7. There's a lot of hits left in this guy.
Hey, congratulations on getting your jersey retired by the Minnesota Twins.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well done, yes.
My name is on the side that goes on that's attached to the wall there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think. When I see Twins 7, Denny Hawking is the name. I'm not even kidding around. That's the name that comes to mind.
I appreciate that.
Alexander Albertus.
What put me up here in the broadcast booth was facing a lot of those sliders right there with that kind of tilt.
One. Denny, do you know who wore number 7 before you?
Greg Gagne.
Way to go. I should have known you would know that. Check swing. Ball gets away. He went. So that's going to be strike 2. But able to advance. The ball gets away as Miller to second base.
I'm a numerical savant.
We know that's not true.
Earlier you said somebody was career 167 hitter. And I was like, oh, that's 1 for 6.
Okay, well, you got that one.
Some of them are easier than others.
Anything for me is over, and that's a 0 no matter what. Meanwhile, called third strike. Caceres gets a pair of strikeouts in the inning. Halo's last chance when we come back down 8-1.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease?
Will it get worse? How common is it? Who can I talk to? Can this be treated?
Stop typing, start talking to a specialized urologist because it could be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a medical condition where there is a curve in the erection caused by a formation of scar tissue, and an estimated 1 in 10 men may have it. But PD can be treated even without surgery. Say goodbye to searching online. Find a specialized urologist who can diagnose PD and build a treatment plan with you. Visit makeapdplan.com today.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes! Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
With wet AMD, I worry I'm not only losing my sight, but my time to enjoy it. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, so I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause an eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. Severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye can occur. Most common eye side effects were cataract and broken blood vessels.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Edgardo Henriquez, the new pitcher into the game for the Dodgers here, bottom of the 9th inning. Henriquez, 21 years old, from Venezuela, coming off of Tommy John surgery following that 2022 season, so working his way back off of injury. Facing some Angel prospects here in this bottom of the ninth. It's 8-1 Dodgers. Tucker Flint's the leadoff man for the Halos here in the inning. Flint 1 for 3 with a stolen base today. I say today, I think we can officially call it nighttime. Lights are on. The sun is set.
I'm going with nighttime also.
It's been a full day of baseball here in Tempe.
Wouldn't change it for anything, though.
This is the beauty of this game, and especially in this first ever prospect extravaganza, the spring breakout across all these different MLB platforms, opportunity to be on television, radio, to showcase all the young talent with these two proud organizations. It's been a fun day, and for all 30 teams to be a part of it, it's a big deal. 2-2.
I think it was so successful in its first year that it's only going to continue. And I was excited to see it be a 9-inning game.
Why not? And it makes sense, especially when you have all of the pitching talent that you want to get their opportunities in there. Let's see these guys. Let's showcase it. That's what this day is about. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Flint goes down. Dario Laverde is going to be the next batter.
Just another well-located pitch by a Dodger right-hander or left-hander. Doesn't seem to matter tonight. They have been locked in.
Laverde, an international sign from Venezuela. Had a .419 on base percentage in rookie ball here in Arizona last season. First pitch strike. Angels really like the hit tool for Laverde. Big cut there at strike 2.
Get that line drive approach. It'll stay in the middle of the field, something Ron Washington and the staff at the big league level continue to talk about on a daily basis.
Big time gas right there. Strike 3 called. Laverde goes down swinging. 4th straight strikeout for Dodger pitchers and 6 of 7.
And that's one thing we've seen from the catching from the Dodgers as well is good targets, good communication. He put down the fastball finger and he said kind of raise it up. Enrique wasn't buying it. He just convinced him to be able to do it. Good communication on their part.
Here's the pride of Stanford, Alberto Rios. First pitch strike on Rios. Former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Got a base hit, one of just 4 hits for the Angels today. And he was up in the 7th inning. Trying to check his swing and did there, 1-1. It's been a full day of baseball. It's been a fun day of baseball. And Denny, I think you're exactly right. A win for MLB and MILB and the future stars of tomorrow getting an opportunity here on this stage. Really started Thursday. It's going to go through tomorrow. All these different teams in both the Cactus and Grapefruit Leagues showing off their future talents.
That's what it is, showing off.
2-2. This game, it's been a better day for the Dodgers than the Angels. No denying that. 8-1 blue. As the Angels are down to their final strike. Here in Spring Breakout 2024. The first ever Future Freeway Series. 2-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. As the Angels side is retired in order in the 9th inning, and that's going to do it. 8-1. Dodgers end up beating the Angels in this game. And a day that really Dodger pitching dominated the day, but all in all, just a fun afternoon to see some future stars.
Well, what I really noticed today was the strength and power of Lozanzo. I think the story of the day was the Dodger arms. But Trent, there is one thing that I do know as I watch this game today, regardless of what it says on the scoreboard, the future is bright in Southern California with all these talented kids who are going to eventually make it their way to the stadiums